Hello there. I was recently reminded about a battle of the web stacks that I was able to not participate in, but uh, kind of. So, one of the places that I worked, did some work for, they were trying to understand what web stack they should use for different projects and what were the pros and cons. And uh, I worked with open source and not open source stuff. So a lot of the web stacks were open source. And as they came to present what they were going to do, from my understanding, is they were presenting um, weeks and months to do this simple project. And there was another stack that was not open source. And the person came in to present that one, who I know really well. They're the ones who told me the story a long time ago. Um, but they had, I want to say, 30 minutes. And they said, oh, I thought we were supposed to do it. And they just did it. Now, granted, that was, they created like a pilot, a working prototype. They would create a working prototype. Still would have to go through things like version control and approval processes, Q&A, but they had a working prototype in like 30 minutes. It may have been an hour, where others were saying 6 weeks or 2-3 months. So that was a really powerful thing to make me understand some of the reason why people pay a lot for a web development stack. But it's still good to understand the open source stacks. And it's amazing the powerful stuff that's out there for open source stacks now. And it's just getting better. Sometimes you can do things really fast if you know the right tools to do, and you're able to use whatever tools you'd like. Other times that's not the case. So one more little story I wanted to share. If I ask someone how much time they need to do something, it depends on the person, first of all, how much time they're going to need. But people who don't have the skills usually greatly underestimate the time that's needed. So someone who's skilled can give you a better estimate. They still oftentimes, most people underestimate the time they're needed, especially when it's depending on the situation. If it's for project building, they may overestimate. For me, when it came to project stuff, I knew that I had to times whatever I thought it was going to be by a certain number, because I almost always underestimated. And I got used to it over time, and I could get pretty good. I got pretty good at estimating how long it would take. But it was different for each person. And so, but the main thing that I've seen is people who don't know what they don't know way underestimate the amount of time it would take for them to do something. And so not only are they giving a very low estimate, but they're also the ones that lack the skill to do it well. So sometimes when you get an estimate, just be careful. It might be because if it's low, it might be because someone's really good at a stack and they understand it, or it also might be that they don't know what they're doing. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.